support local businesses. So key. We have, so many excellent businesses in the local area that, are sort of under the radar, that really need to be used. Don't go to the big boys all the time. See if there's a local businesses that you can support, and you'll get much more personal service and probably better pricing as well, to be fair.
The Bishop Stortford Community Podcast is all about shining a light on the businesses, community leaders and local legends that make our town a great place to live. But behind the scenes, to run the podcast, it does cost money. So we've set up a simple way for you to support the podcast through the Giving Lottery. It's just £1 per week, and every week you're in with a chance to win a prize. And a portion of that money goes directly into supporting the podcast and creating more stories and more interviews like today's. If you'd like to support what we're building here, the link's in the show notes. Thanks in advance for your support. Okay, back to the episode. Welcome to the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast, the show where we shine a light on the incredible businesses, community leaders and local legends shaping our town. I'm your host, James O'Donnell, and today we are joined by Steve Greenall and James Garrett. Great to have you both on the show.
Thank you, James.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
No worries. So for those of us who don't know you yet, who are you and what do you do here in the Bishop Stortford community?
Yeah, I'm Steve. I'm the secretary of the Stansted Business Forum. So we're a collection of small and medium-sized businesses in the area. We're different to a lot of networking groups in the fact that we don't have a subscription model. We don't have any demands on businesses or members to do referrals. So we're very an informal networking forum. And we also have great connections with Stansted District Council, the Stansted Parish Council, and we're well supported by, Knockholds, the law firm in the area. And, what we like to do is bring that kind of more local information to the businesses that, they may not be aware of through, from the council and the parish council that they wouldn't hear anywhere else, really. So that's kind of where we are and how we position ourselves.
How many members do you have?
Well, we have anywhere between sort of 18 to 28 members coming through on a monthly basis. We meet once a month in King's Arms in Stansted, Fitchett. People can log on to the website, stanstedbusinessforum.com, and book using the link there. And literally, it's just turn up on the day, pay the pub for a nice English breakfast. We don't take any of that money, so it's all very informal, and we have a great community.
Fantastic. It's good that you've got that kind of business. The kind of group together where you're bringing in information from the council for to disseminate that kind of information, because I find it incredibly confusing. As a business owner who's trying to get started to navigate all of that, actually having some people coming in and talking about that is invaluable.
Yeah, very much so. We have 30-minute slot for guest speakers, and part of that slot last month was used by the council to inform the members about support for taking on apprentices and other grants that are out there, and admin support and all that kind of thing. So, there is a lot of help out there that the district council do provide to local businesses. And you're right, James. I don't think many people are aware of that, and that's kind of what we're hoping to bring to the people who join. Certainly come along to our meetings.
Yeah,
okay.
So we sort of exist as a conduit to put these people in front of the businesses, but also create those relationships whereby a person that runs a business in the local area knows who the economic development officer is for their area, and that they can actually call or email that person, talk to them, and they can then help them. Because as you said, as business owners, we don't always know where to turn to, do we? So actually having the forum is somewhere you can just pop onto our WhatsApp group, which we've got, and just say, do you know someone who can do X or Y? And that might be a fellow business that they need a service from, or it might be something higher up, like, as you say, one of the local authority departments that they need to help them with some other aspect of their business. But then we're also there for people in their time of need, and we've helped people who are facing eviction from their business premises, and we've kind of lobbied on their behalf. And we've done a lot of work over the last sort of 10, 12 years or so as a group to really sort of help the business community.
That's fantastic. So who, if I'm out there running a business, should I just turn up? Should I reach out? What's the best thing for me to do?
So if you want to go to the website, so anyone that's watching this and they're interested in sort of join the community. You don't have to be based in Stansted, although it's called the Stansted Business Forum, is Stansted and the wider area. We have people coming in from kind of Saffron Walden, Cambridge, Royston, all over really. So there is no geographical limit. But yeah, the best thing is visit the website, as Steve said earlier, www.stanstedbusinessforum.com. You can go on there, you can book a meeting to attend a meeting on there, you can take out a membership through there, and there's just sort of more information about what you can do, joining the mailing list, stuff like that. So everything they will need is on there. And then if they've got any questions, they can email myself and Steve, and we can try our best to answer them for people.
Excellent. I think the community aspect gives you a nice fuzzy barrier, border that you can rely on, especially for Stansted. People could fly in from Italy, I'm sure, and join in if they wanted to.
Exactly. We waited for that to happen. Yeah, why not?
Actually, talking about that, one of the initiatives we're trying to work on is to strengthen the twinning ties that we have. You drive through towns and villages and you see the sign and this town is twinned with this place, etc. Yeah. And that's kind of all you hear about it. So we have trying to reignite an initiative where Stansted and its twin, are coming together, and that's one of the things that the Parish Council are going to be looking to do. Hopefully by the summer, because it's the plan we have is a summer-based event. But certainly if it's not this year, then next year we'll probably be certainly looking to do that. But that's with the Parish Council at the moment. So, but we will be helping them as much as we can with those plans.
Yeah. That's a big thing. I remember, when I was at school 30, 40 years ago, the twinning part of, the towns was a lot bigger than it appears to be now. I remember going on a rugby tour to France to play Villiers, from Stortford as the twinned town. That was a big thing. And the town twinning association was there, and there's lots of pomp and ceremony around that. What's the twin of Stansted?
Exactly. I mean, I think that's the first. Sorry, what's the
twin for Stansted?
Runges.
Yeah. Excuse the pronunciation.
They're not listening in. It's fine.
Well, you don't know. Don't know how the reach of this podcast might go to. It might go international, right? But no, I mean, you're right. The first thing that I guess you come across this twinning is, an exchange student type thing, whether it's sport or even back in the day, pen pals, when you're trying to send, English people trying to write French to a French student and, and then getting a perfect English letter back, right? But yeah, we're trying to, reignite that at a business level and, seeing if we can, the town itself in France has got a massive food market, and that's kind of the appeal to us in Stansted, is to bring, fresh French produce over, trying to have a farmers market type thing in the lower part of the town, and trying to encourage people to come in from the wider area to attend that event.
That sounds like an awesome initiative. Hopefully, that will prove a fantastic event for us to come along to. If not this summer, then next summer. That's awesome. Anything else that you're prioritizing at the moment for small businesses in the area?
I suppose really a big part of what we do as a forum is that access to knowledge and training, isn't it? Really,
it is. Yeah, very much so. Yeah,
it's bringing in interesting guest speakers that maybe have some value or benefit to impart to the people that come to our meetings, and that might be someone else that runs a business that's got a particular expertise. Or it could be, as we say, the local authority economic development team talking about grants, training, different things that are available. So, yeah, I think it's really just building that community, giving people the information that helps them to make their business successful, but also the contacts that we all know drive and grow business. That's really what we're at. And we always say that the deals get done at the business forum, but they really do. Networking is, as we all know, such a powerful platform and tool for anyone that's in business. And what may just seem like a coffee and a breakfast, a couple of times a year actually can become, a really central part of your business. And you don't really realize until you look back and think, oh, that job, that project, that income that my business generated came from a networking or a referral from a referral. So yeah, it's just trying to grow that network for everyone, really, isn't it? And sort of
absolutely. I mean, our next meeting's on Friday the 1st of May from 7 a.m. in the King's Arms in Stansted. We have one, a guest speaker there is from the cyber research centre giving a speech. It's a police-led initiative, so that'd be very interesting. We have the community officer from the Stansted Airport lined up to speak in June, and so we do try to get key members of larger businesses talking to smaller businesses about what's going on in the area and how potentially they could either benefit from the cyber issues, or potentially how their businesses might benefit from the airport and so forth.
It's all about that luck surface area, isn't it, as well, for businesses? You never know. It's that kind of serendipity. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know what connections might happen. And you just need to get out there and meet people and talk to people and go to talks, because, they might just spark new business ideas for you.
Absolutely. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I saw there was Stansted are hiring 500 extra people, just like in the businesses in that kind of, to go into the airport. And they might not be able to hire all those people. And that's an opportunity for businesses, smaller businesses to fill in the gaps. There's obviously a need there. Let's keep in contact, and any future events you've got, we can shine a light on those on the podcast and share them on our community group as well. That's been really, really interesting, Liz. Are you ready for some Stortford Spotlight questions now?
Yeah.
Excellent. These are 3 super fast questions that we ask every guest that come onto the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. First question: if you could put one sentence on a billboard in Jackson Square, what would it say, and who needs to hear it the most?
For me, it would just say support local businesses. So key. We have, so many excellent businesses in the local area that, are sort of under the radar, that really need to be used. Don't go to the big boys all the time. See if there's a local businesses that you can support, and you'll get much more personal service and probably better pricing as well, to be fair. So that would be my message.
We're all about shining a light on local businesses. So, get out and support them. That better service thing, of course you're going to get better service because they need to deliver better service in order to keep the business going. They rely on that kind of word of mouth, and that's exactly what we should all be doing in the area. Question 2, where do you go in Stortford that you secretly hope never gets too popular?
I think as a business forum, we're all about making businesses grow. So we would never kind of put a spotlight on a business to say, don't go there because, it's for us. We want everywhere to be busy and thriving, and, it creates a great atmosphere in town, doesn't it? If people are using the local businesses and eateries and et cetera. So, yeah, but I think we would kind of pass on anything specific on that.
Give someone a shout out. Go on. Where do you go for your coffees?
Is it the Coffee Lab on the High Street? That's quite good.
Yeah.
Quite like that.
Coffee Lab. Yeah, I popped in there the other day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very good espresso. Almost blew my head off. It was just what I needed after dropping the kids at school. Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Steve. And last question: who's doing something special in town that more people need to know about?
Well, I would have mentioned a ladies' boutique called Muse. Unfortunately, just before recording this podcast, I saw the post on Facebook that they appear to be ceasing trading. This is part of our, issue, is part of our sort of shout out to the local community, is that, the small, local business has obviously been struggling. It's very sad to hear. If you don't use these businesses, they do fold, and, who do you want to take their place? It's going to be either a chain coffee shop, a bookies, or a charity shop or a vape shop. We need to have these local businesses that are thriving and surviving. It's sad to see the news. If they are having a period of closing down sale, I'll suggest that people go out and have a look at what the Muse have to offer.
Yeah, definitely get down there, support them. I saw that as well. It's very sad news. If a lot of things I was talking about with Bell's Place on a podcast episode we had with them was, if you don't get out and support your local businesses, they're under so much pressure at the moment, they will disappear. And we're in a really lucky position in Bishop Stortford that we've got a unique high street that is so different to anywhere else that you might go. But you've got to get out and use it. You've got to, spend the money to keep it looking the way it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a beautiful town. It's certainly well positioned with all the the airport and the M11, etc. Close to London, close to Cambridge. Let's try and make the town even better than what it is at the moment.
Okay, I'm a small business. I'm out there. I want to come along. I want to get involved in the forum. Where do I need to go online to get involved?
So if you want to get involved, go to stanstedbusinessforum.com. You can email us, hello@stanstedbusinessforum.com, and either myself or Steve will be the people to get back to you. And yeah, we'd just love to have you along to a meeting. We're the first Friday of every month, apart from August and January, when we have a bit of a recess. And we also do a really popular Christmas lunch, which is normally the first or second Friday in the lead up to Christmas. So again, seems crazy to be talking about that now, but that's always a really popular thing to come to, and it's a bit more relaxed as well. But yeah, our door is always open, isn't it? We're always happy for people to come and try the group. We're not a lockout group, so you don't have to check if you're already represented in the room in terms of what you do for a business. And we'll always welcome people to come along. And we've had members that have been there for well over a decade, and we've got people that have just visited once.
And that's perfectly fine too.
That's fine, yeah. So yeah, the more the merrier. Everyone's welcome, and you don't have to be from Stansted to come and visit the Stansted Business Forum.
Excellent. I will put a link in the show notes so that if anybody's interested, they can reach out to that. And I'll try and see if I can wrangle my wife to take the kids to school so I can pop over one.
Yeah, it'd be great to have you, Jeff.
Yeah, it would be great to have you. Yeah, absolutely.
Be delighted to join. Guys, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
No worries. If you've enjoyed this episode, the best way to support the show is to hit follow, leave a quick review on YouTube, Apple or Spotify, and share it on your socials. Or maybe someone who's not on social media, someone that's thinking about starting a business or has just started a business, and they want to get along to Stansted Business Forum to share their ideas and rub their shoulders with people that are in business in the local area. And if you've got a local legend, someone you think we should feature on a future podcast, also drop their name in the comments below and I can reach out to them and invite them on the show. Again, thank you ever so much, Steve and James, for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Cheers. Bye-bye.